Hey YouTubers and makeup junkies, this is Michael Scott coming at you, and we're doing contouring again. This time I wanted to use kind of store brands and inexpensive brands just to kind of show that you can do contouring. You don't need to spend a ton of money on stuff. So, what I'm doing is just kind of going through right now and applying highlights. These are the e.l.f. All Over Color Sticks. There we go. This is the ivory one, and so I'm just taking it and kind of doing my highlight colors. And you can use your fingers. You know, I don't really love using my fingers on my face, but you certainly can. So these ones are like $1, if that. They're $1 generally. Maybe $3, depending upon where you buy them. But so I've used the ivory to do all of my highlight, basically. I went through with this Maybelline Mineral Powder Natural Perfecting Concealer right along here to kind of create the cheek lines. And then I've also got two other colors. The thing I love about these e.l.f. sticks, these all-over face sticks, is they smell like oranges. They have a really nice citrus smell. I've also got honey and apricot beige. So honey's a little bit darker, and they're just kind of twist up. These are just like those pen sticks. And I'm going to do this one just right underneath that. To kind of help recess those areas a little bit. Now I've got this Dermablend. This is it's called a Wrinkle Fix, and it just is in like a little makeup, a lipstick container, and you just put it like on the end of your eyes, right at the very beginning of your makeup. Just rub it in real well. And so again, that's from Dermablend. Dermablend is actually a pricey brand, but Dermablend is 100% super full coverage. If you're trying to cover burns, acne, tattoos, things along those lines, Dermablend is going to be a phenomenal product for that. This is the Chroma 2.5 medium beige, and then this is Chroma 3, which is just a little bit darker. You can find them at Macy's, and you definitely want to match these dead onto your skin or whatever you're trying to cover. But you know, you can also use this one as a darker cover for those areas, or you can use it as a lighter one if you buy the light ones. The amazing thing about this is that as full coverage as it is, it feels really, really light on the skin. Next is Ben Nye. I know I've talked to you guys a lot about Ben Nye powders. Ben Nye also makes really phenomenal foundations. As you can tell, this is a really favorite one of mine, or was in the past. I've used it quite a bit. So let's see here. Let me grab. Oh, what do I want to use? I'm just going to grab a little foundation brush. And so I'll use this one right along here, since it's darker. And this was my normal skin tone when I was tanning regularly. But it's definitely a little bit darker now. And it's still pretty darn close to my skin tone. I'm a medium plus in MAC, or I'm a C4 in the body lotions, and an NW25 or 30, I think it is in the other ones. So next I've got Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. Now I'm thinking that this will be the one that I'm going to take. I'm just going to take, just kind of as Goss did, I'm going to take a stipple brush. This one's not on there real great. And this is just would be my regular foundation now. And I'm just going to go through and blend my regular color in on top of all those other ones that I just put on. And so I've just put that Dream Mousse in the little chocolate melting square that I've showed you guys in the past. So you can still see kind of the darkness there and the lightness right there. I'm just going to give you a couple more pumps of this out. Oh, it doesn't function real well on the side. Let me just... There we go. And so I'm just stippling this onto the skin. And so, as you can see, you still get all the benefits of all that highlighting and contouring without, you know, using super expensive products. I mean, that's still a really great flawless complexion. And these were pretty much all store brands, cheaper brands, you know, e.l.f., Maybelline, L'Oreal. And then I'm just going to take like a darker powder, so I'll use Covergirl True Match. This is in 420 translucent honey. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of an angled brush here. I'm going to tap a little bit out into the lid. They come with one of the puffs, but I'll use this powder to just kind of go through and do some more contouring. And so then you can go through and do other areas. And this is just the 275 that I'm using right now. And I do find, you know, just do it along the hairline. I do find with these products that you really definitely need to set these with a clear powder. Which, you know, you can buy the Coty Powder, which is an excellent setting powder. The smell of it just does remind me of my grandma or my mom, because my mom definitely used that stuff. But it's really inexpensive one. So I'm just going to do this powder down here along the bottom jawline. But you can definitely see the highlights still where I put them in place. And then, you know, kind of the darker, you can still see the curve. And then I'm just kind of emphasizing it more by going on top of it with a little bit of the powder. And then just around the hairline is just to kind of help make the face a little bit smaller, round it out a little bit more. And just going through and blending them really well now. I'm going to take this one right up into your eyebrows. And then any other areas that you want to recess or pull light away from is where you're going to be applying your darker shades of foundation, powder, whatever it is that you may be using. So, you know, I seen a girl over on Instagram, I think it was, and she did a post showing her contouring techniques, and I think she has a video here as well. And hers was all drugstore brands as well, and she did a really, really great job with her. She used a couple expensive brands in hers, but for the most part, it was just regular drugstore brands. So this is Maybelline's mineral powder in, does it say? Nude Light 4. So I'm just going to take that one, and I'm just going to stipple or tap it into the rest of the face. And this just provides an extra little bounce of pop of color onto the skin. You can certainly, like I said, go in with the translucent. But I'm not wanting to cover my highlights with this, so I'm just being very careful and stippling this into the face. But this one's kind of dead on from my skin tone, so the way it is now. And then, so once I'm done with that, to do another set or another highlights using powder is to grab the Coty Powder, the Airspun powder. And, you know, this is a translucent powder, but it can be used to highlight if you let it bake in. So I'm just using the, oh, that smell reminds me of my mom so much. It's kind of bittersweet whenever I use this product because I love my mom so very much, and you know, I miss her to death. She was my inspiration, a strong, strong woman. And you know, I wish she had been alive for when I started doing makeup, because she would have loved it. She would have totally encouraged it. She would have been right there letting me do my makeup on her every day, or letting me do her makeup every day. It's just one of those things that we would have done together, and it would have brought us, you know, closer. Not like we were distant from each other or anything, but just another one of those things that we would have shared and really loved together. So basically, I'm just going to let this Coty powder bake in, and that's just to let it set on top of there for a few minutes. The longer you let it set, the better that the highlight is going to come out. So just kind of let it set. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do eyebrows, and I'm going to use the NYX eyebrow cake today. This is really inexpensive, and you actually get really great brows with it. You don't have to spend, you know, 40 bucks on the Too Faced Brow Envy or 30 bucks on the Benefit Gimme Brow. I do prefer these cakes, though, these powders, to brow pencils. And that's just a personal preference. I know a lot of ladies that do their brows with the pencils, and they get great brows. I just like these, probably because I have kind of like what I call the half brow. My hair is really, really light towards the end of my brows. You know, I have in the past went through and dyed it with hair color, but it's not something that I want to do. Yeah, I have to dye my brows, you know, repeatedly. I think it was just for men that I'd use the beard and mustache color. Sorry, my mirror is kind of far away. But I do really love this NYX one. It works really, really well. It has the wax in there as well to help lay those hairs down, and you've got the spoolie, so you can go through right at the end and just to make sure everything's laid down real nicely and not really going wonky and crazy. I want to say these are like $5 maybe, if that. NYX is an amazing product. I really do have a lot of NYX. You know, I know it used to have kind of not, you know, more like a tween type product is where it was at one point, but it's gotten so much better. They've got amazing products, amazing variety of colors. They're jumbo pencils. Their eyeshadow base is phenomenal. They've got 3 of them. They've got the white pearl, and then the nude, and their eyeshadow bases, and I really do love those. So once I'm done with my color, I go through and put the wax on. The wax tends to help darken the color and make the brow look a little more natural. Like, oftentimes I'll see women where they've just plucked the heck out of their brows, and so they don't really have any brows left. And then they pencil in these thick brows, and you can just tell that it's all pencil. I personally just don't think that's a great look. It always makes me think of this cashier at Walmart, and she almost had like Joker type makeup. There was a picture going around of it, and it was, the caption was, "Yes, we killed the Joker," or something like, "Yes, we killed the Batman." So, I mean, it was kind of funny, but I do like to go through with the spoolie and the wax afterwards, and I think it helps set it and make for a more natural looking brow. And so that is NYX. You know, here is their eyeshadow base, the white one. It's absolutely phenomenal. I actually prefer this to the MAC White Paint Stick, just because this tends to set a little less creamy than the MAC Paint Stick. Like, the MAC Paint Stick is really, really creamy, and you can get great blending on it, but this tends to set more and dry more like a eyeshadow base, so, which, you know, it is. Whereas a MAC Paint Stick isn't necessarily meant to be used as an eyeshadow base. So I'm just going to take whatever's left over on my brush here and just get my ears real quick. Because I just definitely want everything to match. And then I'll just grab this big brush and sweep back. Sweep this one up, down on the nose. And so there is kind of flawless complexion, flawless contouring, in my opinion, my humble opinion, with drugstore brand products. So you guys don't need to go out and spend a mint or a fortune on MAC cosmetics, things like that. You can definitely grab things from the supermarket, from Sally Beauty, that are lower in cost. Like I said, these e.l.f. ones are really, really great. They really are. They smell amazing. Use a good primer, and they're going to last you all day. And then I just like to go through and set with, you know, a couple colored powders. You can always use the Coty Powder Translucent if you don't want to bring any additional colors into your face. So just go with the translucent powder. Another really good one is Revlon Photo Ready. And this is a completely translucent powder as well. And as you can tell, I've used this one quite a bit. And, you know, I can just go through right at the end here and do a little bit more of the highlight with the Photo Ready. And as you can see, this one works really, really well. It's very nicely pigmented. And this one is translucent, but you do see it on the skin. And like I said, if you let it bake in, under there very much. So just do the Cupid's bow down the bridge of the nose, the little area right here, and then underneath the eyes, and then just let it bake in for a little bit, and then you brush it away. And you can get these in various colors. I have another one. I'm not sure where it is. I thought it would be in, but my makeup stuff is really a big mess right now. We're in such a teeny tiny house. I'm actually using the kitchen table as my makeup station right now. So yeah, and then, you know, if you want to go through and add darker colors, you can certainly do that now to recess this a little bit more. Just grab that dark powder or dark cream, whatever you like, And then I'm just going to tap it in. And so you get this really gentle, soft contour with these powders on top of the foundations. And then I'll just take one of the fan brushes and just smooth it up and down real quickly. And this kind of brings together the light and the dark just ever so gently. It doesn't take away all the work that you did in the contouring. It just kind of rather blends it beautifully for you, so you don't have any harsh lines, but you still have all the benefits of all the work that you just did. And so, you know, contouring is, I mean, this is kind of the basic contouring. It's going to be a little bit different for every face type. There are certain, you know, you highlight the areas of the face that you want to bring out, and you put darker colors on the areas of your face that you want to recess or you know, take away. Like I do a little more dark down here under my neck because I'm getting a little bit of a big chin. So I'm going to do just a kind of diagonal straight down, and this thins out. It gives the illusion of a thinner neck, as you can see coming down now. But you know, another area that is a really popular area to contour and highlight, or contour I should say, is right along the jawline. Especially for someone like me, this is a really good area too. I'm going to go right under my chin. And so the highlight kind of brings out the chin a little bit more, and then those dark colors down there help recess that. So, you know, there is just, you know, another contouring video to show you that you don't need expensive products. You, by all means, can. You're probably going to get, you know, better coverage. It's a little better on the skin, depending upon what products that you're using. But, yeah, you don't have to have expensive products. You can always do drugstore products and inexpensive ones. And as Tim Gunn would say, make it work. You, yeah, you just need to take the time and kind of go through and do it. Now, you know, if this is something you want to do every day, that's certainly great. Or if it's something you want to do for special occasions only, then by all means. However you deem fit to do your contouring. One more contour that you can do, if you have smaller lips and you want to make them appear larger, just take a dark powder. This is True Match. This is a powder that I use quite often for contouring. But you just do a little bit of dark underneath the lip here, the bottom lip, and that makes your lips appear larger. So, and then, yeah, like this, I could do a little more right here, right into the temples, and this just helps feminize the eyes and helps kind of take that area away and put more focus onto the eyes. Just make sure that you're blending that really good. Like you just don't want to leave a round patch of contour powder in there. And so I'm just going to blend this up along the hairline. So I don't want to go down into the highlights, because I do like my highlights to come up along here when I'm doing my own stuff, or when I'm doing clients as well. And then, you know, I'm feeling like right now I'm feeling it's a little too dark, so I'll just take a little bit of Photo Ready. and just lightly go over it. And so that I've still got the benefit of the contour, but now it's toned down a little bit more. So you don't have to, you know, stop and start all over. And you can still see my original contours from the Maybelline Mineral Power. Oh, it was a powder. Mineral Power Natural Perfecting Concealer. So you can still see those. And then just do your blushes, your lipstick, your eyes, and you're good to go. So that's it for this one, guys. Contouring and highlighting on a dime. This is Michael Scott saying have fun, and have fun with makeup. Even drugstore makeup. Bye.